that makes me think EG have to close out on this map here. Sure, it could be a punishment for BHOP, and sure, I mean, you could be feeling confident. I actually think that Nealon back on his previous team was a very good IGL on that map. So maybe that can come forward here, but just all out brawls hoping to be taken here. And it works out wonderfully, man. 4 players just jumping up towards the middle. That's what they needed. That's the fire they need out of some of the supporting staff. That's what Hex can bring to the table right there, man. But so far, he has been limited. But he proves what he's capable of in this round.
I feel like you need to give Hex a little more freedom if you're EG. When he has freedom, he's usually a very impactful fragger. He has freedom in that round, and he goes and dominates BHOP. We'll see what he can do now with the MAC-10. EG, their T side against Team 1 last game was a very rough one. So they're going to need to do a little bit better now, or else BHOP are going to be taking that first map. It is their pick. It's a good pick. Nuke also comes in as the decider. So if you were watching yesterday, if you saw what happened to EG yesterday on Nuke, they got taken to overtime by Limitless. So if you're EG right now, 2 out of 3 maps have very recent poor memory. And Ancient and Unknown Quantity. This is definitely a very peculiar veto for EG. And hopefully it doesn't come back to burn them.
Yeah, and I guess when we talk about the CG team, I almost think that vetoes shouldn't even be in the conversation, right?
Yep.
Like, it's a bit bizarre that that's a concern that we have for them. But I gotta give them some grace here somewhat. It is a new IGL slotting in, of course. That's gonna cause some complications, so that can be tricky to deal with. Speaking of tricky to deal with there, it's tricky to deal with 3 players waiting for that smoke to fade away. Mr. Brett, he'll go down quickly, and now the collapse in on A is coming. Maybe that was all a bait. Maybe that was to entice him into this A side, in which there's still a pretty hefty setup here.
Yeah, they're ready to defend this. The Deagles can definitely deal some damage at close range, but Breeze is going to be doing the first damage. Beaky and Ares, though, with a couple of kills, but it's all down to Silas on the outside looking in. The trades go the way of EG, and Breeze with the last one spamming through the smoke towards the library. Gets the last kill of the round, and gets BHOP, or rather gets EG up to 10. BHOP still sitting at 7, and they're not going to be able to buy up this time. EG should be able to grab 11 for free, unless something goes horribly wrong. But look at Breeze and Automatic. 22 kills for Breeze, 21 for Automatic. And then everybody else, a combined 20 kills.
That's not too pretty, to be honest. It's got to be a full team effort at this point, right? And again, Nealand, not known for being like a big fragging IGL, but this is definitely domain where you shouldn't be struggling to get kills, right?
No.
So, a bit concerning for him. I mean, of course, Cirque with the op on the CT side, you'd have expected a lot out of him. He has been limited to nothing too crazy, and then Hex, of course. I mean, the guy who was a star player for so long here in ECL. So you know what he's capable of. They just haven't shown it here early. They're still holding on to a lead. So again, like I said, maybe this can't be a winning formula versus a roster like BHOP, but this is a qualifier for the major, right? This is the first step. A whole lot more after.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's a qualifier for a qualifier. For a qualifier, essentially. Because you want to make it to the top 16 at the bare minimum at the major.
Yes, correct.
So it's essentially a qualifier for a qualifier for a qualifier.
Yes.
Yeah, you get stickers if you win the qualifier for the qualifier. I'm getting confused now. There's too many qualifiers. End of story.
Couldn't agree more.
You gotta win here. You gotta win another one. And that doesn't even get you into the top 16 of the major. Unless your goal is just stickers, you got a couple more rounds to go. I do like that combo, though, on Brett's A1S, the print stream with those hollows. It's a very nice combo, and That's a nice spray from Automatic. Just tracing Swan down with a Galil. Pretty brutal way to die.
Not the best way to go out right there, man. Getting dropped early here. Looks like Evil Geniuses are able to get rid of their T-side woes. Silas going for a heroic play, diving through the smoke, but doesn't realize one's dove through the smoke of their own here. It's a reclaim of control from Brett, but they're very quickly losing numbers here. They've lurked out of apartments. One is dropped in towards pit, and Eris is going to go drop the bomb here. That's a big play from Eris. Maybe could be the tide turner. The last player's position is known. Eris has an inkling as to where Breeze is, but taking fights on 3 different fronts here. One wrapping in through bracket, one coming through mid, and one through lane. Not the prettiest of situations. Still, Eris stands tall. 20 seconds left. It almost is going to force a commit. Is there enough time for Hex? I think so. He seems confident. I'll trust his judgment.
Yeah, he's got it.
As he makes his way in towards the B-bomb site, I think Eris's chances at actually closing this round now become slim to none.
He's just got it, and he's planning for Audi, too. That's a good plan for Hext. Good read on the clock, too. And I don't think Eris is really contemplating going for this. He's just grabbing an AK. He's actually... No way he's actually going to try this. He tried it. Didn't work out, but he tried it. That's a bit of a shock. No reason to go for that. No HP in a 1v2 with no real utility. Save your gun, bud. Because they can't even get a full buy here. Having an AK would be so much better than just being on pistols right now. Imagine this buy up with the 5.7s, the Deagle, the PT50, and then an AK armor.
Yeah, I mean, that's where rounds like this can be scary. That's where, like, CT-sided Inferno can actually be, you know, it can make any round seem possible to win once you have those sort of buys, right? Because one AK finds a multi-kill and can very quickly start to hold things down. Now, Hex has been sent in as a probe towards that B side, and while he'll be taken care of, they know that that A side is very open for the taking. Free of charge, thank you very much. EG plant the bomb here. Now, everyone starts to collapse here. Breeze looking to cut off rotations. Is heated up alongside Automatic. Timing be of essence there, but not in Breeze's position. Holds it down very steady. Trying to get an AG down. Just get your gun out. It's scary they're playing with fire, but Breeze going to continue his kill count. Nice shot from Brett, at least to hold on to that AK here. Do a little bit of economic damage on your way out, but that'll be 13 locked in for EG. And now it looks like this is the EG that we should be getting out of them, right? It's no struggles. Yeah. They're finding openers. They're reading the defense quite nicely. And this is more along the lines of what we expected.
Yeah, this is a lot more what we expected from EG. They just got a little bit hamstrung by Team 1, I guess, but they're really starting to show their dominance here against BHOP now. And Nealon's starting to come alive a little bit more too. Cirque and Hex have been rather quiet, but Automatic and Breeze have done a huge amount of work for this squad. And there's a chance that at the very least one of those two can get a 30 bomb before the day is done here on Inferno. Map 1 of a best of 3 with Ancient waiting in the wings, folks. But right now, this is almost one of BHOP's last-ditch buys. They lose this round, they're not going to have too much money left to fight going up against potential 15. Nade goes down, 11 damage. That's not really what they were hoping for. Cirque steps in the fire, though. He looks for a peek, and none shall come forward. BHOP playing Testudo formation, just turtling up on site, not wanting to go anywhere. Not wanting to overextend, not wanting to extend at all, for that matter. And just tossing their utility right now. Hex does burn down a decent amount, so it's a decent amount of utility damage dealt by BHOP, but in the grand scheme of things, is it going to really matter at all? Because EG don't really seem too fussed about it. They're just rotating around and trying to find some space to exploit.
Now here's the thing, what do you gain out of all that utility expended, though? Here's the issue when it comes down to throwing a smoke and a molly for the retake banana, is that it's called retake banana utility for a reason, right? And if you don't do it, that's going to be a lot of crucial deterrence utility on an execute that you won't have to bring to the table here. So once you do see EG start to line up towards this B side, complications can arise here. Swan has set himself up nicely. Will nail the shot. It's going to put all the pressure onto this B side defense, though. Now player's been spotted out. Molly gets tossed out here from Silas. That's great. Both players kind of realizing towards this position of CT spawn and locked out towards Calfins. Beaky with some desperation smoke spam, hoping for some success, but gets caught with a great position from Cirque, dodging the flashes and catching him off guard. Silas trying to dive his way through the smoke, but face to face with the opposition is going to drop as well. So numbers safely punched in, and a 3v3 post plant going to ensue with Cirque ready with the op, and post plant's looking pretty solid.
Post plant is looking good with the flashes, giving some space to BHOP. Cirque those swings around. Nice shot onto Brett. Eris is now in a 1v2 as Swan falls as well. Hext is low. Cirque at half. Eris can definitely win this. This is winnable for him, but he can't get by the op. The first test, he fails at the gate. And Cirque was thinking about a body shot. Just hits him with a good old tactical crouch instead. 2 rounds away now from EG taking this map. But we did see a 15-5 against Team 1 that ended at, what was it, 16-13? So not exactly what you would call safe territory yet for EG. I don't think I can I don't think I can breathe easy for EG until they actually have 16 rounds at this point.
Yeah, fair enough, right? But I do think that they've actually shown enough at least T-side eligibility to convince me that this is going to be closed out from them, right? I don't think there's going to be any massive woes that occur all of a sudden, because I think BHOP's defense not as sturdy and not as strong as what Team 1 brought to the table. I mean, right there, I think the difference between winning and losing that round is maybe a simple set of utility for the 2 B defenders right there, and they just didn't have that extra. But at least you have a 1-for-1 trade. Breeze does find a kill towards long haul, but they don't realize that one player pushing down mid is going to drop the bomb. Brett looking to be the hero, turning the corner for another. This is lovely work, and now it's all on the back of Cirque here. Spotted out as well. Nice little jump spot from Beaky. And he's going to just join up with the rest of his teammates. Absolutely love that call, because all they need to do is hold on to this bomb. Sit on it like a goose egg. That's what they'll hold up and do.
And like I said, can't breathe easy for EG until they get 16. Because signs of danger are already happening for them, and they haven't even gotten to overtime guaranteed just yet. Like how BHOP aren't overextending this, so they're using a lot of utility just to make sure they don't die, because they don't have any money to work with. Cirque takes a shot, and Brett's done a little bit of damage. Another hero play coming in from Brett, too. He was the catalyst for their run in the last half. Could definitely help out with another run here. Cirque will attempt to hold on to the op, not donate that over into the hands of Swan. Beaky's going the long way around. Do they want to hunt this op? And Cirque hasn't heard him just yet. Beaky might have heard the footsteps too. Cirque's on site, very safe, and Swan's probing up. Will Cirque fall as the time ticks down? 1, 0, 1, 2. He'll be fine. No real hunt. Not worth the cost. But an 8th round for BHOP. It's a good sign. They could buy up decently as well. MP9 for Silas. Everybody else will have plenty of money. Utility, M4s, op, AK save for Beaky. For EG, maybe a little bit of deja vu coming back to him.
Yeah, fair enough, right? I mean, again, could start to be concerning if you see them slow down here. Again, I think they have shown some strength in the T side. Even in that last round, they found a couple of opening picks. It all came down to some heroics from Brett that really allowed them to actually activate in that one. But Swan able to kick off proceedings with a big opener right there. Finding the first of the round here and looking to continue that success forward here. Now you're starting to see a little bit of a stack towards this B-bomb side as well. They're drawing in Swan with his op, looking to keep him mobile as ever. Started off with an opening pick towards the B or A side. Now they're going to reaggress towards Anna, but flash around the corner could be so deadly. Oh, and it does come so perfectly timed. They start to lose numbers, and in transition, Beaky gonna get spotted out, molly down, and certainly honed in upon here. There's the smoke departed, but as he swings out from new box right into the jaws of Cirque, that will be very well the chances at winning this round. Right down the drain here. Cirque gonna reposition in towards new box with the op, and they're setting themselves in a very strong post plan. It's hard to get back if you're BHOP, but we'll see if Aris and Brett are up to the task here.
That's a good molly. The tick's been heard. Brett goes over, and he's put one in a body bag. Cirque is in towards new box. Do they expect it? Eris clears out, and he's going to win the duel against the banana player automatic. He's done damage on the Cirque. They know where he is. 2v1. They can definitely win this. They're holding, they're praying, and they've got the spraying. They're going to get the defuse in time as well. BHOP are not done just yet. And, well, EG, do not ask for whom the bell tolls, because it might be tolling for thee. This is a collapse again from EG. At least they have money again. But boy, howdy, are they in trouble. And at this point,
man.
too, why do you keep getting the op on T side? It's not finding you space.
I mean, I feel like Cirque has been perfectly fine with actually some of the angles that he's been able to hold, right? He's been very solid with it.
But
right
there's
there, that
coming
post
plants.
Yeah, I mean, he has been finding a couple of nice entries with it, though, too. And when it comes down to executes, he's been holding the right angles. I think just a little bit of ugliness on the post plants of some of these rounds here. A little Halls pop, trying to actually get into a post plant, but Eris is steady as ever on the anchor here. Swan trying to dive above the smoke. He gets pressured off the line, though, and now looking to swing the tides in their favor. Flash to keep him off. They'll force him off this moto position, but all the rotations in line here coming through from the rest of BHOP. They're all going to join forces, tripling up, and see if they can hold steady.
No plant just yet. Molotovs are here. And they're going to go in and try and stop this one. They're going to stop the bomb plant. A spray down from Beaky, and then Silas with a headshot. 10 rounds now to BHOP, and 4 rounds the gap between these two. And EG's top-heavy fragging line starting to look like an anchor these days, as it's really been Hext and Cirque and Nealon who have been on the scoreboard in the last several rounds. Automatic and Breeze have fallen quiet. In the meantime, BHOP just keep plugging away. One player getting a kill here, one player getting a kill there. And they're starting to get some work done. It's a pistol buy-up for EG2, some Deagles, a Glock, a Tech 9, a vest on Hex, and a couple of flashbangs. Pretty pitiful buy-up in the end of things. And they're going to probe up towards B, playing this very slow again. And it seems that EG struggled to close out this map. It seems like CT sides are very easily adaptable to how EG are playing. Because it doesn't seem like they move around too much. They don't change from their game plan on this T side right now. They haven't done that going back to the previous map of Inferno against Team 1 as well. It's been very much the same stock standard plays almost every single round. And the closer they get to the end, the more it seems that they're readable.
I mean, that's a pretty accurate assessment to what actually we're getting out of this EG team here. It seems like, you know, I guess more so once the individuals slow down, that they can't seem to find the same axis, same entries that they once were. Another pulse pop, but it's another round where they are just so well prepped for it. Breeze doesn't nail the Deagle shots like he was in the last map, and Brett's just going to mop up himself 2 freebie kills here, looking for more around the corner, and it will come. 3K in the round, 2 more to go. And Hex and Cirque almost certainly nothing they can say. Silas to attempt to finish the job here. Cirque gets smoked off. He knows that certain death is all that lies around the corner, so he'll reroute, take a different approach. As he peeks in towards Porch, he'll fall just the same as the rest of his team. There's 11. The distance now closing to 3, and this is where BHOP start to make their case for coming back. It'll be another investment, but I think if they can win this one, even if it requires OT, BHOP are definitely heating up into Inferno.
Yeah, BHOP are starting to look real good here. I don't know how they'll do on Ancient. That's a question mark in my mind for both sides. But if they're able to get some serious damage, and they've already made EG bleed a little bit, but if they're really able to do some damage to EG, take this one deep, take it to overtime, and, well, even if they're able to win it especially, this whole series gets ripped right open. Because Ancient, we talked about it a little bit, it's very much dependent on how much you can get done on your CT side. And when it comes down to starting on the CT side, it's a big boost. Hext goes through the fire. Silas swings out, connects the shot, and not a little bit more damage onto Cirque, who is bottom banana. But that's already a good pick for BHOP. Silas is just going to back away, taking all that damage. But they've got the man advantage, and they put EG behind the 8-ball yet again. Trying to continue and just mount up the pressure on the EG side.
Man.
That's a nasty shot from Nealon, though. But in the meantime, Breeze has fallen. But the B side is opened, and Silas is not going to get here in time to stop this push. His spray, though, does so much damage, and he does not connect the final blow. But this is going to give BHOP a leg to stand on the retake. A nade is there for Eris, and as the bomb goes down, they're going to have the rotations going back.
Yeah, they're really careful about a lurk and fair enough right now. That's not the case. There's no lurking players here for EG, so once they start to realize that, they need to start making their way quickly in for this retake. Great utility thrown from Automatic, who still has a molly left to play in as well. They're buckling down these post plants much better, and that's going to buy them valuable time here. Automatic starting to make some moves, especially with that molly, and time of essence now. BHOP, they need to make a move on this retake. Cirque, not of getting blinded up by that flash is so valuable. They're starting to close in, but immediately hitting the wall of Cirque. He will find one kill. He needs to find a whole lot more. Successful retake. Oh, but neither one have a kit. Oh, no. Eris had one.
Eris had a kit. He had the defuse, and they're both dead.
He started the defuse off. What happened?
I
oh, boy.
think he thought he didn't have time, but with the bomb radius now, it's not even worth popping off. You stick it and go down with the ship, and hey, if you win, you win. That.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if there was.
I think he might have had it.
But I thought he initially started the defuse, right? And then he got off of it, and then his teammate got on it, and I think that slight miscommunication bought just enough time for EG to actually close that round. That is such a heartbreaker for BHOP, because every step of the way, I think they were really, really pulling through a decent little retake right there. And again, just coordinating so perfectly.
Yeah, good work there for BHOP to try and get that one done. They just couldn't in the end. A little unfortunate. For EG, they're lucky to get away with that round. That's a gift from BHOP, their first big mistake in a while. And it couldn't come at a more timelier time for EG to give themselves a chance to take this map, because at that point in time, it looked like BHOP were going to have a very good shot at taking this map. It is their pick, but they are the heavy underdogs right now. So, for EG, they're going to take what they can get, and BHOP, they can't afford to lose another round. But hey, if Team 1 could get 8 rounds in a row, maybe BHOP can get 4. They only need half.
A little bit easier there so far, but starting to lose numbers there quickly. Oh no, double entry on that A side. Make it even worse. Breeze just shutting things down and maybe shutting down the dreams of this comeback a little bit early. Way earlier than Team 1 here, as they start to try and reclaim some of this ground. They're still going to have to bypass Cirque. He's got all of Arches. He's going to start to turn his attention, but best case scenario, you push through a smoke right now with a Cirque, and that is not pretty. Spots absolutely nothing, though, inside of it. They waited out. Cirque's going to be able to dive around the corner in time. And this retake, we know how those go on the A side here. Very, very difficult. First line is Cirque. Spots the shadow. Doesn't matter. Still a shot landed by Silas, but time is seriously ticking very far back into this one. Breeze taking a lot of damage here from the utility. Actually, might even burn. Still, though, in the meantime, he's going to find the kill on his way out. Beaky finds the first. Hex now left into the 1v1. Smoke on top of the bomb. Hex spots him out. Is there enough time? Oh, no. He gets spammed on instead. Hex saves the day right there for EG, and they slide past, but narrowly, this opening map from BHOP.
Yeah, they slide past. It's a good way to put it. It's like sliding under the closing door in an adventure movie. Like Indiana Jones getting out of the boulder. That's a narrow escape for EG again. Back-to-back very narrow victories on Inferno, once against Team 1 and here against BHOP. And going into Ancient, it's an unknown quantity. Neither team has really played it at all. So what are we going to get on Ancient? I'm not too sure. I'm very confused it even made it through the veto. And for EG, it's not like they dominated this one all too much. Yeah, they had some good scorelines, some good leads, but that was literally because Automatic was getting 2, 3, 4, 5 kills around for the first 5 or 6.
Yeah, I mean, I just truly am shocked to see this Ancient. Again, I think this is all maybe a surprise pick coming through, but again, EG, if you're looking to pull out your surprise picks on a team like BHOP, you know, I mean, maybe you wait until you look to take some tougher competition on first before you start bringing those out. So I don't think it's that. I think maybe just simply trying to punish pick into what BHOP have to offer there. And again, that's a bit of a liability. If you're coming into a map uncomfortable, when I think you already kind of do struggle to coordinate perfectly on those T sides, as we've seen so far throughout this qualifier, that could be a bit concerning. But nonetheless, they walk into it with a map advantage. So even though this could be a concern, for them in the coming map, they still have that map advantage heading their way. So I don't think EG have too much to worry about after closing out Inferno.
They shouldn't. It was a more confident closeout than the one prior against Team 1, but it's not exactly been clean for Evil Geniuses here. But all they need is one more map to qualify for the RMR. The qualifier for the qualifier is here and now, folks. Stick around because we got map number 2 coming at you right after the break.